Well, welcome back. So, what are we doing today? We got the Onix versus Machamp, and I think I can go two ways at the moment. I can do the sky and the background boulders, or I can go and I can touch up the Pokemon. But the thing is, doing the sky and the background could bleed over into our main characters, and like here, if that happened, I want to have more to work with to cover it up. So I can like change the shadowing and whatnot a bit, like if I bleed over a bit, but I can't do it retroactively. And I'm gonna turn this boy upside down. Now, why am I turning it upside down? For those of you who are infuriated, well, it's simply so I can get a better angle on this, so I don't have to drag over my picture. I would like eventually, I need to get a better drawing area. It would be cool to have like the camera like somehow fixed on something with the picture, so like it's always upright to you. Or if I just had a more open area, I could just move my seat. I kind of like the rotating idea more. But let's look at our sky. So what color do I want my sky? Well, I might want it to have some base purples, but I'm going to start with the blue, this deep blue. And I don't want to put a moon or sun or anything because it's just going to kind of take away. So I'm just going to do a fade point where it's going to try to gradually get lighter to darker. Now I'm going to start up here just to kind of accentuate it. See, I've already rotated it to where I'm comfortable. Going back over those spots just to get any little white bits. See, I have some area right here. It's faint, but it's a little fainter than I might end up wanting it. But that's okay, because I can just go back over it. I'm going to try to get down whatever color I have left in my brush. You see, this light color is about where I want it to end at, really. So I'm going to dip. I'm just going to run this water through to kind of blend it up a bit. Push it out to those lines. And beautiful. It's actually not too different than how I want to end up, so I might just and I can pull from there to even that part out. Oh, that looks good. I really want the sky to be the least detailed part of this, you know? So this gives me my guide of where to work with. So I'm looking at like a sphere, you know, of like my color segments, kind of. So what I want to do now is I'm actually going to do something I rarely do on this show, is I'm going to get a different brush. Now, it's like I said before, you just get so used to doing something one way. Now, a lot of people, you see them with their mouth, they'll fold their tongue in to get a point out of it. And, you know, like anyone trying to teach art, I have to say, by default, that you should not do that. That there's some other way to do it, yada, yada, yada. But it's something that, honestly, a lot of painters do. And a lot of people, like the Radium Watch girls, have suffered because of it. You know, a lot of paints, like acrylic paints, contain heavy metals. They contain lead, cadmium, all kinds of things to get certain colors, and or just to let the colors preserve. And my point is, you don't want to be putting that in your mouth. And trust me, just don't even try it. You think it looks cool, don't even try it. You don't want to get in the habit of it. One of those times I'm using up what's left on my brush. Trying to get that weird little joint right there. You can go into my margin. It's way too saturated. Get some more water. There we go. So I can just pull away Also pulls the water away, helping it not bleed into my boy's arm here. I'm also going to lay, it kind of gives a guide, like same with the ink for when you do get more paint down. So I'm just going to lightly brush. You see this right here is probably where I want that there. And what I mean by that, I have to stop speaking in ways my brain speaks to myself. What I mean by that is the lightest color I have there, like that fade, is kind of what I want that in corner to be like. So I'm going to clean off my brush. I got a towel off screen. It's always a good idea to bring a towel. You might get your brush wet and need to get your drippings. Well, anyways, I got my towel off screen, and we're just going to keep that. Again, I have just for reference, I have a variety of brushes, and these are all ones I've used so far in the paintings. Obviously, I need to fix some of them up a bit. The thing is, like, you buy brushes, and I need to go to an art store. I keep buying sets of brushes, and I have a bunch of, like, fan brushes and whatnot I hardly ever use because I need these exact brushes. I have, like, model kit brushes I bought, like, 3 times. You probably won't even really see me use the wide ones unless I have something with a big, consistent background. Or like the logo coming up, how there's going to be the bricks. I'm going to use that a bit to get my bricks laid out easier. And you'll see what I mean when I get to that. Real excited to start on that next. I'm probably going to do that. And then start on my next charity piece, which is going to be wildfire relief. And the idea I'm thinking for that was like Pseudo Wudo. And he's going to be pulling some kind of water guy. Haven't decided which one yet. Someone cute. And he's going to be squirting. And they're going to be walking through some ashes, like squirting on some plants and trying to get them to grow. I think I talked about that a bit on here before. And of course, I still have the gift going. And if the gift doesn't sell, I'm just going to keep relisting it till it does. I'm going to list them all. It's like an artist. You have a gallery, you have the pictures up until you sell them. I'm just, I guess it's a digital gallery. Very small gallery at the moment, but the thing is I need to start painting again, and, you know, YouTube has always 100% been about what's fun for me, so whatever fun I'm usually having in the moment, that's what I'm going to be recording. It's like with the kids' videos, my son hasn't been wanting to do them with me anymore. I'm like, well, that was a lot of the fun of that. I enjoyed doing it with my son more than anything. I don't want to be one of those like parents that like abuses their kid. I mean, I want to be total. You know, I think I'm a Yinta, honestly. I think I was born the wrong religion and gender, and I'm a Yinta because my little booble is just perfect. You know, he's meant to be a star. He should be in front of a camera. That kid's gorgeous. Everyone would love him. I don't want to force my kid to do anything that could be psychologically harmful to him in the long run, because, you know, child stars do not have a very good life rate. And again, going to bring up Miley Cyrus, and you know, Miley, if you're listening to this, I, like everyone, was well, like most people, was annoyed to hell with Hannah Montana and all that, but I don't wish anything bad to you. I did tell your dad to go fuck himself in a previous video, and I stand by that, but you know, don't really wish anything. I don't even wish anything bad towards him. I'm just bitter I had to listen to freaking Achy Breaky Heart and dance all of them recesses. Oh, look at that blue. The paper looks a little dirty there, so I'm going to actually get my eraser, because I don't want this to bleed into what I'm doing now. Clean up this whole inner arm area. This is the clincher, ladies and gentlemen. This is what's making me nervous right here. You see, when I did that, I didn't want to run over my paint area. I think what I'm going to do, ladies and gentlemen, is I'm going to get the pointer again. I'm going to get this little section, and I'm going to get the details in the backpack, hopefully. Oh my god, look at it, it's so light. I didn't want it to be dark, but I didn't want it to be that light. Maybe I need to mix my paint more. It's going to make it so saturated, though. I'm whispering because I feel really tense right now. It's like, oh my god. It's like when you're hunting, you don't want to get spotted. It's like, it's right there. We're gonna saturate this blue. You know, maybe you like the whispering. I could do an ASMR. I could do the whole thing just like this, because some people find it comforting for some reason. But when I hear it, I think, man, that guy should go fuck himself. And I'll probably never talk like that again. I'm sorry for anyone that did not enjoy that, for you being subjected to listen to that just to watch this painting be drawn. And if you did like that, well, I guess you could like clip it. And my cat is back, attracted by the sounds of the paintbrush. It's just eyeballing me. So I don't want to go over that anymore and get it too wet. Same with like this little area here. So I want to literally get out what I can and probably leave it alone for a while. And then come back for more later. I know I said it was too wet, but I'm actually getting water to blend all this color around. When you have too much water like that, you can actually get a dry brush. It's kind of picking it up a bit. Then I'll just that's the cool thing about these live paintings. I can show you these problems as they arise, I guess, and the solutions for them. Okay, I think that's about where I want that. So next we'll start getting around his crown, and here we'll try to get like this consistent layer, and then we'll start blending this way. This video's been going about, I'd say 15 minutes. You see, 15 minutes we got very little blue and had a panic attack. Looks really good on camera though. Colors look so different on camera. So now I'm going to start really light. Oh, I shouldn't be blowing on this. Just fuck shit up. Thing is with watercolor too, if I get spit on it, it's going to create a noticeable pool, one of those weird little circles with the outline on it. It's going to look like it has ringworm. And I mean, that's really hard to repair. You can wait till it dries and erase it and then try to match the tones later. You could repaint everything and try to touch it up. It's a lot. You lose, especially if you had like a bunch of stuff down that, like the Onix is pretty much done other than the color pencil. Like if I fucked him up with water, like if I made one of these segments like a different color, like there's too much blue, and I'd have to go back and redo the whole boy. I'd have to put little blue tones in the whole guy, or remove the tones and redo that boulder and hope it don't fuck it up. It'd fuck it up. And again, we're going Spider-Man. Okay, not quite Spider-Man. It's like a Spider-Man kiss, you know? I want more blue, and then I get it, and I'm like, that's too much. See, that's the thing about this particular tone of blue. I love it. But it's a fine line between and oh, son of a bitch. But when you pull it off, it's bow chicka wow wow. Okay. Oh man. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Whoa, boy. Oh, whoa, boy. Yes. I'm going to try to choke up here a bit. I'm just going to spread some moisture around, get some extra saturation in them colors, get them to just kind of smooth together a little more, and also to see what extra I can get out of it. It's going to help me in a minute when I'm trying to blend all this. It's going to be ending in Onix's mouth, it looks like. Kind of need to come up here, though, and add some, too. See, that's why you want it super light. Because now I can blend it to match the bottom a bit better, while also still being lighter. Because it is higher as well. But, I mean, I like it. I use some of this extra remaining to kind of get rid of that white aura. Oh man, this really draws the dynamics of our scene together, doesn't it? I'm still worried about the Onix being a little saturated, but I think most people are going to focus on the Machamp, and then the Onix is going to come out later, and they're going to be like, oh my god. I cannot believe. See, every time I go over, it's just getting a little more blue. Abugi abuga. Oh man. See, and now I'm at this point where it's a little too moist. Too moist. So I'm gonna try to give some attention over here, I guess. I'm going to leave that border between them so I can try to blend it. This kind of makes me want to paint Swubble, or whatever that dragon bird is. That was one of the first shinies I ever got, named him Sunnyside. Actually, my first shiny, sadly, was not the the Gyarados, because I killed it on my first playthrough. I mean, I went back and got it later after I learned out what shinies were, but my first one was actually Electabuzz, whatever his baby evolution is. Named it Rusty Megatom, evolved him all the way. I have him in X and Y right now, where I just breed shinies for fun. I think every day I'll go in there, trying to max out my berries at the moment, because boredom from replaying the Mason battles, or whatever it's called, mansion battles. I don't read though. I just like breeding Pokemon, like stronger stats and rare colorations. I mean, I have fun. Let's not get into Spinda. Oh. That's the thing, is like, is there a pattern of Spinda particularly you're fond to? Because, I mean, they're like, oh, they're 100% right. It's not. There's like 5 set patterns you realistically get with some variation. Sometimes the one you like I like the one with the cheeks or the black eyes. Both those tend to have horrible stats. Well, I mean, it's Spinda. It's not like, you know, high in the meta, but as far as Spinda go, the ones I get, at least in my breeding, with the patterns I want, or I find in the wild. Dude, that was another thing. I was shiny Spinda, because, you know, in like X and Y, you equip a lucky egg to, like, you get, what is it? I'm just going to put a picture of the Pokemon up right now, because I cannot remember. Anyways, that's the best one for hatching eggs, because he has Flame Body, and he can fly. You have no other Pokemon with this combination. So, it hatches your eggs faster, and it's good utility Pokemon, so the rest of your party can all be eggs, and you can still get around the map. Well, so let's say you're leveling up. You attach a lucky egg to him. All the other Pokemon in your party are going to get more XP too. You have the XP share on. You go, and you find the highest level things you can. One is Geodudes, but they all have Sturdy. So you actually go for the second highest level thing you can find, which is that patch of grass before the champions, where there's a bunch of freaking Spinda. You'll get like herds of Spinda. Sometimes there's Scythers. There's something else too, I forget, that appears there. But anyways, so you're very likely to get a shiny there doing that. And trying to kill all the Spindas to get the shiny. At least they didn't know Earthquake, you know, that would have just been devastating. But I did get the shiny Spinda. I'll probably do a video here showing off my current shiny collection. The thing is, I have one breeding right now who's like one of my crown jewels I've wanted for years, and I would say like actively I bred for him 2 months. Like 1 month I did it. I got kind of burned out when I was last playing the game, and I just picked it up and started doing it again. And I finally got it, and now I'm trying to breed for a second one. The thing is, it's in like a, you know, the shinies aren't really exact numbers. They're different between each Pokemon. Some Pokemon are more likely to have shinies than others, and it's Magmar. And the thing is, I named him Mercury. But his freaking evolution, the Magcargo, does not. It loses that beautiful, like, metallic sheen, so it turns purple. So I'm going to name him, like, Pepto Max or something. But I'm breeding for another one of those. And I'll definitely do I'll show off my Pokemon in X and Y here soon, which has my most comprehensive collection of, well, Pokemon that are going to live forever. Like, I'm replaying Crystal, you know, my battery died. That actually wasn't my original Pokemon, though. You want to know what happened to my original set of Pokemon? You remember I told you about Jake, my first Pokemon, Jake? Well, what happened was I was over at my grandma and grandpa's. And grandma was like, oh, you know, food's done. And I turned off my Game Boy and I set it down. And my grandpa was right there. And he's like, you know, I'm going to pick this up and see if I can do this newfangled contraption this kid's into. And, you know, I don't know if grandpa knew what he was doing, but he knew how to start a new game and go in there and save and just completely killed all my first Pokemon. And, I mean, it's kind of funny now in retrospective. But he's like, I didn't know what I was doing. I was just angry pressing buttons. I'm like, you had to specifically want to do that. How, Grandpa? How? So yeah, my grandpa killed my first Pokemon. Well, that grandma also thought they were satanic. Keep in mind, I was showing her the Chansey card where it's holding the egg when I did that. I'm going to have like a lot of stuff I'm going to have to add into this video for you to have proper context on. See, I want to do more here, but it's getting pulpy. I don't want to fuck it up, so I'm just going to let that dry. Maybe come back to it later. Maybe leave it. I kind of want to start on my rocks now. I'm drawn between the rocks and Machamp. And I'm going to start with the rocks. So I really want to clean off I don't want any residual color. Because, again, I don't want these rocks to have a bluish hue. I gotta decide where I'm going to start. So I'm going to start in the hardest place possible, up by Oni Boy. Just going to touch up a little gray here. You guys are just getting a spot of it. Ah, there we go. There we go. That's beautiful right there. So first, yes, yes, yes. I think I need some more water though, so I'm gonna actually take this water from earlier, like an ant drinking a dewdrop, and I love that. But I want a little more inference on there. I'm gonna get a little more water in here too, so my color's wetter. I'm really gonna need a lot of gray today. Water there, just spread it around. So I don't want that part too much darker. Still want that to be the darkest spot. Really like that though. So I'm gonna go for a harder area now and go for my Machamp. I see where I want to paint stuff in, but now that I'm here, pretty nervous. Not gonna lie. And I am purposely actually trying to make some of the rocks around the Onix extra dark, you know? Just so he stands out a bit more, his inorganic, organic form. Now, like conceptually, I want to go back when this is drier and make that like more like that color. See, that one is not getting better. I really just need to let that spot dry and stop fudging with it, right? I need to stop fudging with it. These two like sections, I still did them separately so they have that less uniform look. Here's one of the spots I want to make like a crag. I'm so quiet if you're enjoying the talking. I just really into this piece right here. Come and add a little more to that in a minute, but right now I'm moving on. Now I'm going in, I'm just kind of like, I'm dabbing, bruh, I'm dabbing. You dab, bruh? I dab, bruh. Low temp dabs, bruh. Charlie, if you're out there, low temps dab, bruh. Very specific reference to a person I met one time who just incessantly kept saying that for some reason. You know, Alan's really gonna enjoy this video now. And Alan, if you are watching this, I would hope so. You know, I'm supportive of your art stuff. No, seriously, he's one of my good friends there. I actually did album art for him a long time ago. I don't know if his songs are still up under the thing. Was it Kangas Screw on the SoundCloud? Alan, if you're watching this, tag your crap in the comments. I'm speaking to you from beyond the ether, from the world of tomorrow. I was watching this thing on Pokemon recently, like the incidental animals in them. And the creator of Pokemon said, well, animals went extinct kind of in the Pokemon world and got replaced by Pokemon. And that just made me think, well, like, what about Aerodactyl? Like, what about the fossil Pokemon? So at what point were they both alive? Because it was like the beginning of the anime, right? You'd have, like, incidental fish and whatnot. I noticed one I haven't seen anyone talk about, though. And it's in black and white. I don't remember if it's black and white 1 or 2, but there's that gym with the dragons in it. And you're on, like, the black dragon, and you gotta lift up to the different parts of the white dragon. It's a whole ass freaking dragon. It's not a Dratini or something. It's dragons. It's literal, like, Asian-style dragons. And, you know, anyone who wants to be, like, offended by what does Asian-style dragon mean? Jake Long Season 2 versus Jake Long Season 1. You got a problem with that? I sure do. Need a little more darker here. Yeah, I was really bothered by that art change. That was worse than Dexter getting shorter and losing buttons every season. To where it just looked like a completely different cartoon by the end. Okay, there we go. Now it stands out. That was a horrid sound. So I do not think at this point that my Onix is getting lost, but I'm going to still start way back here. Outside my margins. Again, this is another thing margins are great for, is watercolor. Because, like, you know, so many times I'm starting outside where color's ever going to be. I'm working my way in. I actually really like how that stands out now. I just watched Attack of the Fossil Pokemon. It kind of reminds me of the quarry they were in there. Oh, yes, you found a pile of shit, Ash. Good job. My favorite one is the Beauty and the Beach episode. And it's because that's the one where Ash just, like, I mean, not Ash, but Professor Oak just shows up with Ash's mom, like they're on a beach vacation. Like, that's right, I'm tapping your mom on the rig. Anyone who thought that was happening, here's some confirmation for you, Ashy boy. You know, I want to eat your small-ass Krabby, but I'll show you it's your mom's. I'm not going to finish that joke. You'll have to get that joke finished live on the Patreon. No, I'm joking out. Have Patreon. You know what I have is a camera and a passion for what I do. Just like I have a passion for rallying Ash's mom. A lot of weird stuff in the episode, like them just taking, like, every chance they get to show someone's ass, like even Ash's mom's ass as they're going away. It's like, you didn't need to show that while the kids were walking away. If that was like an American cartoon, they would have showed, like, the back of her head. But the Japanese were just like, no, how else will you see Ash's mom's thigh gap? You know, the children, they totally need that in their programming. I also found it funny, like Jesse, the boobs. They got mad because he had the inflatable boobs, but that's not even the only episode where he dresses like a girl. Like, there's one where he's wearing a skirt. I just watched that one today where they try to steal all the Growlithe from the police. And it's like... I guess it was 100% the boobs, because they didn't really have a problem with him cross-dressing all the time. I guess because they coded him as being homosexual in America. And that was inclusion in the 90s. That's like the best you got was like, if we made fun of you, hey, good for you, you were included. Hey, black friend, yeah, that's an excuse to make black jokes. The rest of this episode, black friend. And why did I say black? Because we literally had characters like, it's like, this is black friend, this is foreign friend, this is girl, this is wheelchair kid, this is ginger kid or red hair kid. I'm sorry if that's an outdated term. I've heard it both ways. Not meaning to be offensive on it. But my point is, in the 90s, they just took what they thought. I was fat kid, so, you know. I was always the fattest kid in my class till I got to middle school. And then it was like, there was 2 kids that were bigger than me. But it's like, you know, I was already the fat kid for so long. There's like, hey, fat ass. So, like, I get it. I'm not trying to discriminate here. I'm just saying, you got typecast, like, heavy back then. That's what it was. It's like, you wanted to be the lead, you had to look like Macaulay Culkin. Or we had a lot of those, the kid from New York with the backwards hat and like the baseball jacket and the New York accent, who was like kind of tough but like emotional and broody. That kid was in everything. He was like the number one protagonist in the 90s in every movie. I mean, freaking John Carter was one of him. There were a lot of them. They're just like, yep, the 90s. That kid from Shazam, he was even like a poor version of that stereotype. And that's what they're pretty much like, yep, you're gay, you get to dress up, but you can't do the boobs because that's too sexual. You know, my cousin Eric, when I was a young boy, he loved dressing up like a girl and whatnot. And I remember one time at his high school, and this was in San Francisco, mind you, he wanted to, for the talent show, him and his friends wanted to dress up like Britney Spears and sing some song, and they really painted him into a corner because they wanted to tell him no, but they couldn't think of reasons. So like, well, can you change this? Can you not wear a wig? Can you not have breasts because breasts are sexual? And it's like, could you not wear? It's like, do you have to wear like female clothing? And you know, it's kind of weird. I remember hearing that. I'm like, I thought it would be more inclusive because this is San Francisco. And again, you know, back when I was a kid, San Francisco was coded as this is the land of the homosexual. Before, you know, they took over Florida and took it from the elderly people. But you'll often find where something is in more is where you get discrimination. You know, we don't have a large Jewish population where I live. And there's not really a lot of anti-Semitism where I live. But I'm sure, like, if I went somewhere with a much larger population, the same as, like, anywhere people gather, that's where the people who would wish harm on them are also going to gather with their opinion. It was weird, though. It was a eye-opener for myself as a boy. It's like, huh. All this inclusivity crap they tell me all the time is false. Now the problem is I'm an adult and I want that to be real. You know, personally, the main thing that bothers me about any of it is just, you know, like thousands of years ago, we had like one clothing item, you know? And then some dude rode a horse and he's like, you know, this dress thing, this is bunching up too much in my thighs. And they invented pants. And then pants became a boy thing, and dresses became a girl thing, and like, I feel horrible that people literally feel so bad that they want to die because of what clothing they want to wear. And because of how society makes them feel for it. Where it's like, to me, it's so arbitrary and ridiculous and like culturally sensitive. It's like, and again, it's like, why do you really give a hoot what, so like, dude wants to wear a dress, big fucking deal. As far as I'm concerned. You know, like, everyone, you do your own thing. You're not hurting anyone. Who really cares? What right do I have to deny you your happiness? And frankly, I don't even really see a reason to have a problem with, like, I don't see how it affects me, honestly, you being happy. Anyone who's watched any of these by now has realized that I'm possibly insane and I get into tangents, yes. This is literally how my brain works, though. This is what's getting me through the rocks. Like, I would just be thinking this stuff normally. I am filtering my thoughts, so otherwise every time I say rock, I'd be like, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. You know a movie's gonna suck if it has him in it. And The Jungle, which may or may not be racist, because he's pretty racially ambiguous. You know, when I was a kid, I want to talk about The Rock for a while. When I was a kid, The Rock, I mean, they were like, this guy is black. They're like, he's black, you should be proud of how black he is. And I mean, like, it was in your face. There's that movie where he's a cop and he knocked out the tail light with the baseball bat to make the guy look like a cuck. And I mean, he was just like, he's badass. He's The Rock. And then Moana came out like later, and they're like, yep, he is Samoan. He eats like a ton of cod every day, you know, to maintain his large Samoan rip. But I don't see him claiming it's just weird. It's like, and I always wonder, what will The Rock be next? I think, personally myself, we're going to start having Jason Momoa replacing The Rock a bit for some of the kind of movies The Rock would used to get. He's doing what The Rock, he's just appearing in like a bunch of stuff like kind of as Jason Momoa. Just wearing that pink blazer he wears all the time. I think he just shows up to set and like either he refuses to change his clothes or they don't have anything that fits him. So like, yeah, you know, just keep it on. You look ripped. Oh, I had it bleed in a little bit. I think I'm just gonna leave it. Just leave it. Just leave it. Don't touch it up. Just leave it. I'm gonna touch it up a little bit. I actually haven't watched Moana yet. I remember seeing this video. Again, I'm going to talk about The Rock. I actually like The Rock as a person. I'm going to say that. But, just not too much of a fan of his movies. But it was this funny thing. He was watching Moana with his daughter. And he's super excited. He was going to sing the parts because, you know, he did the movie. He was the guy. No, I don't know what his name was. Anyway, so he starts singing it, and his daughter tells him, shut up, you're ruining the song. Didn't it sound like you, Dad? And, you know, it's probably true to an extent, because you sound different on recording a bit than you do in live. I know my son, like, a lot of times when I'll play back recordings of us, he's like, that's not how I sound. That's not how you sound. When he was really little, he said, that's the fake you, or that's the fake Silas. I'm like, that's really you, bud. You remember doing that. Yeah, but I don't sound like that. I just fucked up. I crossed into his boulder. I have to commit now with the shadowing. I did not mean to do that. It's blending nice right there, though, so I think this will pick up in time, too. I'll just do a little... Yeah, it's still fine. I didn't touch his lighter spots. That's what's important. Oh my god. Oh, I feel like I have an aneurysm now. I finally got how much all those right. I want this one to be a little lighter because it's closer. Yeah, I might still darken it up a bit. Let's give it a little bit. In the rut part where like water would be running over it, maybe like right here. Beautiful. So let's see what I got left. I have... I'm going to redo this one because it looks a little weird to me now. Just doesn't look consistent with how the other ones are. Just blend it a little more. There we go. It kind of looks like he's pulling the Onix out of the earth. So really all I have left of the rock is over here, and this is all the Onix. So it's really like this part right here. And then I can start touching up my figures, I guess. I want to touch up the sky, but I look at it now and I think I'm kind of fine with it. That's again why it pays. Like also like over here, these parts kind of match better now. Kind of fine with it. It was bothering me at the time, made my brain itch. I was mad. I wanted to fix it. But I needed to leave it alone, and I'm glad I did, because it would have got pulpy like I just did right there. I'm going to turn to Marge Simpson. Marge Simp crypt up, blue flags only. Knowing you're a simp, son, she'll leave you mat groaning. I wish I could play Blorg. Do you think Blorg would copyright strike me if I played his music during my videos? It'd be kind of funny considering he uses other people's characters in his rap videos. Again, the reason I like that is because, you know, when I watch like some cartoon character like doing gangster rap like SpongeBob or Homer Simpson or something, I know that's fantasy. I know that the guy that created it knows it's fantasy. I know that people who see it knows it's fantasy. A lot of the people out there, I do not know. I especially do not know that the children know it's fantasy. I would be willing to bet many of the children that listen to it do not know it's fantasy, because children often think everything is real and take everything at face value. So, I mean, like, I love, my dad grew up, you know, being snowman and all kinds of shit, and I do have an appreciation for gangster rap. I mean, my favorite gangster rapper is The Game. But I also recognize how detrimental it has been to society. And, you know, it's hard for me not to think about these things as an adult listening to it. Ruins the mood. Gangsters and Hoes is just his generation's version of Cowboys and Indians. You want to know what that quote's from? It's from the great nation of Texas. I'll tell you what. Oh, wow. So these rocks look really good now. The Onix looks good. The rocks look good. And I really want to do my characters. But the thing is, if I go in there now and I start penciling around, I will rest my hand on this and I'll probably smudge it. So I'm going to let this dry a bit. Looks like this video's gone for quite a while now anyways. And the next time we get here, we will be finishing up our characters. I cannot wait to tell Sarah. She's going to be so excited.